DUR, right? So what will happen in prospective DUR is, your prospective DUR involves evaluating a patient's planned drug therapy. Means the doctor has planned certain medicine to the patient, okay, before medication is being dispensed. It's just like your drug audit ma. It is just like an auditing of prescription, like the prescription is there with the pharmacist. The pharmacist will audit the prescription, then he will dispense it. At that point, we'll be doing a prospective drug utilization review, right? So why or how it is helpful in improving drug therapy means, this allows pharmacists, your prospective DUR allows pharmacists to identify and resolve the problems, to identify and resolve the problems in a prescription, like any duplications of therapies or any allergic reactions or any drug-drug interactions or drug abuse. Those kind of things can be identified in this prospective type of DUR, right? The next one, yeah, this is what we have seen. So this actually, this prescription audit is one of the routinely performed activity of the clinical pharmacist, as we already know it. Okay, in their daily practice, they'll be seeing the medication charts, and they'll be seeing the prescription reports, and then they'll analyze the medication dosages, how the dosage has been given, what are the directions to be given, like they're told to take the medication before food, after food, and all those things. And apart from that, they'll be checking for drug interactions and drug duplication of therapies. Everything will be cross-checked in prospective type of drug utilization review. These are all the things, like I said, issues commonly addressed by your prospective drug utilization review. Okay, so what are the issues generally this prospective drug utilization review can be gathered or can be taken care is clinical abuse or misuse. So let me give an example in here. So in clinical abuse or misuse, so supposing if patient is prescribed with morphine, okay, for 60 days, right? So if you give that 60 days a medicine at a time, so what happened? There might be a chance if patient symptom is not reduced, he might take the tablet 2 or 3 tablets, right? So that should not be happen. So what hospitals will do generally, like according to my experience, like when I was practicing a pharmacy or in my internship, so what they will do, they'll dispense for only for 15 days or 30 days. They'll dispense for 15 days or 30 days. And after they'll be saying, come back after 30 days or come back after 15 days. So that's how can you prevent the drug abuse or drug misuse? That is one type of method. Okay. Next one is your drug disease contraindications, right? So your drug disease contraindication, your better example is we have been seeing your ciprofloxacin, right? Your ciprofloxacin with if patient is having anything related to kidney, if patient is having a kidney problem or there is a less amount of renal excretion or serum creatinine levels, a person with renal problem or renal clearance problem, we cannot give ciprofloxacin because these fluoroquinolones are being identified as a nephrotoxic. We already seen in this thing in previous class. So that's why we should not give, because here what's happening, drug disease indication, sorry, drug disease interaction. Not only this, if patient is having a liver problem and if you are giving more than 2 grams of paracetamol per day, that is also a problem to the patient, because your paracetamol is toxic to the liver, right? Liver toxicity will be happen if you take more than 2 grams of paracetamol if patient is having a liver problem. So these kind of things should be taken care in case of your prospective DUR. Next one is drug dose modification. So what is your drug dose modification here? Means what I want to convey here. So whenever you see the dosing, take example of your aspirins, right? So your aspirin has 3 different activities, right? You have antiplatelet, you have pyretic, you have this thing, right? So each activity will be having 3 different dosages. All the drugs, all the effects are not being shown at only one dose, right? The 3 different doses of aspirin is having 3 different activities, right? That's this one. And next one, your drug-drug interactions. So this is one of the major problems. So it's not that easy to remember these drug-drug interactions. Generally, when we see if you have aspirin or warfarin, okay, so there might be a more chances, somewhat a bit higher chance of getting your drug-drug interactions. So that one also should be checked, or that one also should be taken care. Okay, so that's what for today's class.